He is actually one of the best persons that I've known.
He's a true gentleman, you know.
Lyonpo Ugyen is among the first Bhutanese graduates. Besides his education, even a bare necessity like a toothbrush would be taken care of by the Bhutanese government.
When we went, basically, we were the oldest, and we were very small, so it was difficult. But when we joined, we were very lucky. Father Van, he took special care of us. I remember he used to take us to the teacher's house after tea break in the evening to learn English.
This is too best of Bhutanese. You see, most Bhutanese are there.
Lyonpo Ugyen Tshering is a person that I grew up with. You know, our families have known each other also for generations.
I came with a job, my first job with the UN, and Ugyen was then joint director in planning. He was a very attractive, interesting young person. If Ugyen had not developed this terrible disease, that chronic and progressive, I would have never thought to live anywhere else.
The government has been very understanding of my difficulties. There couldn't be too many other lucky persons. I think my luck came when I met Patricia, and we met Kochari, and there was some views among friends and things whether mixed marriage would work or not. And we showed that it would work.
Ugyen made a promise to me, which was that no matter what, I will come and the family will come first. And he made even a very strong commitment, which was if for some reason he had to choose between his job or his ambitions and me, that I would come first.
Lyonpo Ugyen had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2005.
You look so nice.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, you look pretty good yourself.
The illness has also obstructed him from performing his duties as the foreign minister.
We will miss the most defining character, which is that of a gentleman.
A gentleman. I think that comes from, being decent and treating every individual, irrespective of where you are from in the social ladders, as a person, as an individual. And that is what he does. So if somebody, maybe even a director, DG, secretary went up to him, approached him, that person would get the same treatment as a driver who may walk up to him and ask him for something.
It has been a great honor to have had the opportunity to work under Lyonpo, to have received Lyonpo's unfailing guidance and directives, Lyonpo's wise counsels, and above all, to have received Lyonpo's confidence and trust. The government of Bhutan was very different from what you see today. Basically, almost all the people in the offices were from outside because we did not have the people. We had advisors from India, the finance and accounts people, budget officers, etc. So we joined as the new Bhutanese members of the planning team. We worked very well together, and I can say very proudly today that the two of us were able to make a big difference in the planning process in Bhutan.
The Planning Commission was the brainchild of His Majesty, the first Druk. He brought together the department heads and others to sit together to start a civil service which will plan together. Not only what the professionals will do, but what must be the policy. All this was important, because without policy you will work in the darkness. So we had to know that what every department was doing, and it was a lot of us for work, because everything was being done, roads being built, everything, and it was very important that you know how it must be done. Now today there is no planning commission, but the work of the planning commission is being done by so many other organizations. I remember the first office we had was for Tongsa. It was decentralized from there, and then I remember that faxes and all which were sent from there. No fax that time, but while saying that I'm only one person here, what to do? You know, the Shada Sangye, who was Zongda of Tongsa, he said, I am my driver, he says. I am my cook. I am my clerk. You know, and my transport is a tractor, sitting on a tractor.
Your experience in foreign policy, Lyonpo, how challenging was that for you? You were, in a way, at the forefront of foreign relations then.
This is a very important thing, because in Bhutan everything is so small that you don't get anything unless you go into groups, and then and foreign policy is how to do that, how to coordinate with your neighbor to get what you don't have. In Bhutan, foreign policy is always something that His Majesty has dealt very closely, because it is so too important to leave it to any other person. And the Bhutanese foreign policy has been carried out with very minutest detail is considered. I think the foreign policy is a policy of you must respect people, you must respect your neighbors. I think to use trouble as a basis of foreign policy is not the right basis. I used to tell our friends that nobody should go from Bhutan unhappy. That will be the worst thing. You take a lot of trouble. Some people come to take a lot of trouble to come to their country. There's 100 places they can go. They have chosen your country to come.
Diplomatic relations between India and Bhutan were formally established in 1968.
India is the most important country, and they have been the most generous country. They are giving us more than they would give their own citizens. Bhutanese are natural diplomats, they can be. And they can be also very difficult people in society. But I've said that we must make friends for life. That goes in society and it goes for states also. There are some things which we like to do slowly it's not good for the young baby to take a steps in the street. So we have to take the steps very gently. And with China, the issue of having relations is always is there, and that issue will not die. It will come as an issue. But I keep saying that we are contacting each other now. We are in touch. That contact has to be good. Relationship means nothing. Relationship is what you have, the feeling you have. It's not what you declare in papers. The Chinese, of course, they are quite in a hurry to complete their foreign policy, foreign ministerial roster, but we have to wait. We must be able to look abroad. We must be able to look beyond us immediate. I tell people that they used to come to Bhutan, and I said, the people say we are mountain people. No, we are not mountain people, we are valley people. We sit in the valley, deep in the valley, and we can't see over that mountain. We don't know what's the other side of that mountain. Yes. So we have to go out and see for ourselves. And that is what like Druk, people were saying, it's costing a lot of money, let's not do it. So, but we were fortunate that His Majesty passed to get the airline done. And when the airline was done, then it's so easy. That airline was done for as much our independence and independence of view, so much more to see. So I got involved in the purchase of the aircraft. And in fact, the second aircraft, I went to New York and sort of sweet-talked everybody. I would like to tell the young boys who are today, college, finishing college, they are all looking to get into the civil service. The civil service is not a place. Civil service is not a place where you are given the chance to be employed. It's a place where you have to serve the people, and you have a responsibility to serve the people, and not a responsibility, a surety that you will be in there. The civil service is there to make things in line. Is that services and all that has to be shared equally. I'd like to say that Bhutan Civil Service is not a group of like other civil service who have long, by nature, bureaucrats. We have had in the Bhutan Civil Service visionary people. We achieved many things for Bhutan. And I'm very proud to be part of the team.
He used to work very hard.
Ugyen has a legacy to leave by his example, by his commitment.
Anything happens, I'll do it. And I used to tell him, look, Ugyen, the world is not coming to an end. Take it easy. do what you can. One day it will catch up. That's what I used to tell him all the time.
The computer knowledge here. We introduced computers in Bhutan quite early. We did it much before. I had this approval to get one Mac, the first Mac, Euro Plus 2. I still remember the Apple. And that was the first computer in this part of the world. And we worked on it, but I'm not happy that we have not used the full extent of it, because for us, this is important. Information is important.
He always had a way to discuss it, not even negotiation. I mean, his soft nature and his kindness came through, and everybody trusted him. So I think Ugyen is the perfect diplomat, not only for Bhutan, internationally. When I told him in 2007 that, Ugyen, please, you have Parkinson disease, it's not good for you, it's going to stress you out, please don't enter politics. He told me, oh, no, Bhutan is different.
In lo ni tong tu da dun da lo, chak tu len so gi, zong ka kechi na lo, so gen zuk de, ma so gi shung, chak tu beni gi jangwa, na ni, da lo kechi du gi shule, che mi se so gi, gya kap da, nga chara mi se lu pen to mi se mangi shung chi, tu ma sup di, zalara meong se no me.
Democracy is not freedom from responsibility. It's not freedom from responsibility. I think you have a responsibility. You are assuming responsibility. And democracy doesn't give the government the whole role of the governance. Democracy, the role of the government is tied down to what the people want for themselves.
Parkinson's has had a very visible effect on his body as well as his speech in the last 3 years. Yet, Lyonpo Ugyen remains as insightful and as straightforward as many know him to have been in the years before his illness.
He was a senior member of the party. After he gained so much experience working under the leadership of His Majesty the Druk Puensum Tshokpa, he's gone through planning, foreign, and he has such rich experience. And as I mentioned earlier, he's a very intelligent, a very loyal and devoted officer. So a very important part of the team was missing after he became sick.
It's very difficult because I see Ugyen was such a wonderful mind and always very proper. He would not let any detail go, whether it was personal or in his responsibilities.
The greatest day in our lives was when the two children were born. They embraced the best in our lives.
No one knows who will be affected by Parkinson's and how. Even the mighty and the strong, like Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest sportsmen of all time and who recently passed away. It's been hard growing up with Dad being the way he is. There's still so much misunderstanding here about Parkinson's disease, about what it is and how to treat it. I still have many fond memories of the man that Dad used to be. And those memories still inspire me to this day. He really was a true role model.
Ugyen Tshering was a resident student of the school for the past 11 years. He was outstanding for his fine character and his very trustworthy behavior. His personality is quiet and open, and he's very much interested in other people and their welfare. In 1971, he spent 3 weeks working in the refugee camps for the refugees from Bangladesh. He worked in administrating a camp of 30,000 refugees. He was always interested in social work. I gave up 2 times in my life a very brilliant career to follow Ugyen. And I'm today, and I've been for several years, Ugyen main full-time care provider. We are lucky that we have had a lot of support from my family and a few very good friends, mainly foreigners. Today in Bhutan there is very little knowledge of neurodegenerative diseases and Parkinson disease. Worst, Ugyen's own mother and sister have been very hostile. I hope this story will help others that live today with neurodegenerative diseases in Bhutan, that they receive the health care and medical support that they need, and that this story will prompt health authorities to introduce these programs in the health programs of Bhutan.
I am good blessed. We are good blessed to be kind and concerned for every way. And I have been able to do that to most, but I consider my life quite incomplete with the term of not strength, enough time for my children. I regret that.
I love you too, Dad. I hope you're keeping well.
Dad was diagnosed when he was young, at 51. It was in the elections in 2008. His speech was slowing a little bit, but he was still okay. I remember the year that it first started getting, very noticeable was in 2009, because that year was my brother was starting university, so my mother had gone to accompany him, and I was home alone with my father. And he had just come back from a summit, the non-aligned summit, I think it was called. So I asked Dad's family to help me, and we didn't know, because everything we did, he was still sick. So by the time my parents went to New York in 2010, the doctors were shocked. They said his Parkinson's has progressed really fast, and they didn't understand why either. The only idea they had was that it was possible he had a stroke, which really accelerated the symptoms. Before, Dad was never complaining, and he always wanted the best. He was so passionate. He always wanted the best for his country and his children. For me, it was difficult because my parents weren't at my graduation. And, at least I know that Appa is proud of me. And I think that's the best thing that I can do.
For me, it's a great tragedy. Ugyen could have given so much more to his job, to his country, and to his family.
Come. You look where your office was, yeah?
Chikai